Welcome, everybody. Super excited after the weekend. And yes, I truly feel, how can I say, we are back in our happy Herbalife bubble. It was an amazing weekend. And I think one of the things that really stood out for me is that we are getting better with this virtual thing. We are definitely, I think our MCs this weekend really did an amazing job of really getting the energy up. And I know that it's really difficult when you are talking to your own screen and you don't have an energy coming from the room. But I truly felt the energy. I thought it was really very, very special. And just that feeling of belonging and being part of the company, and just, as so many people saying that it's a tough world out there at the moment, but, it is really a time to sow. This is a time for us to really build and keep our belief system. And I think in that sense, this weekend was invaluable. So welcome to everybody on our call tonight. I'm very excited to have lots of people that's going to be doing some sharing tonight. Unfortunately, we can't give you 3 days in 30, 40 minutes. So we can just give you some highlights and some of the things that really stood out for us. So I have selected or asked a few people, not really, those that stepped forward, to help us to give you, just a glance for those of you that were not there. And for those of you, there's some people in the waiting room, okay. I've taken the waiting room off. Okay, my co-host here is interrupting me, apologies. So all I'm saying is that, a weekend like this, you often hear new information and you get inspired. For me, it's so much about the inspiration, but at the end of the day, you don't want to change what you're currently doing. If your business is working, you want to just add some new things. And really, I thought Cynthia was amazing. She's just so, humble and genuine, and, her message was just so clear. So I really enjoyed the training very, very much. But that's enough from me. I think one of the biggest things that we do need to understand is that Herbalife is a nutrition and events company, and we work our business from event to event. So well done to those of you that qualified for the event. But secondly, those of you that actually qualified and attended, because now that you are sitting at your homes and, there's easily lots of distractions, it's important for you to try to zone out and really be in the meeting as much as you can, because, as I say, the distractions can be real. So we started off with Friday afternoon and our tab team section. So all of those that qualified for the Friday, well done to Laverne, that was in her first tab team section on Friday. And Friday afternoon, we had a very, very valuable training. So I want to start off with feedback from Tasha, because she's actually covering a session that was done on Friday afternoon. And so Tasha, I don't know whether it was your first Friday afternoon, maybe your second one. And Friday night, we all dressed up and was really around, trying to really get the vibe of the party and so on. So I'm going to hand over to you first, Tasha, to give us on a feedback on Virginia Chapetti's training. Over to you. Tell them who you are before you start.
Okay. Hi, I'm Tatra. I'm from Durbanville. I'm a mom of twin girls. They are 16 years old, and I started using the products 8 years ago, but I didn't take the business very serious. So last year I decided to just take it more serious and do the business and not just the product, not just love the products. So on Friday night, Virginia Chapetti made a huge impact on me, as when I started, I had absolutely no confidence, and I was extremely shy to talk in front of people. I'm still struggling, but I'm working on it, and I feel that I'm growing. I've grown a lot, but I'm still growing and learning. And so what she said about personal development is you must see in which season are you in your business. If it's winter, then you must work harder, twice as hard, and that don't last forever. So just keep on working, and then when you work, if you know the season, you must know also how to handle the season. If it's winter, work harder. If it's spring, if your business is booming, you mustn't relax, still work. And then you must just get stronger and grow more and transform you to better you, because the next level requires a different you. So you can't sit still and do nothing. And every challenge makes you stronger. Then go back to the basics. Rain is coming, but you must keep momentum and not quitting, so that you can be ready when it's raining. And what successful people do is they commit to what are, and they until they reach their goals and have their results. And you must do Jim Rohn in the morning and Mark Hughes in the evening. That's what she's doing, and that's what's working for her, and I agree with her. And then the I am. Every morning, look in the mirror and say to yourself, I am powerful, I am ready to grow, or whatever you are ready to do. And I am enough, I am successful, and you must be your biggest cheerleader. That was cut off, but yeah, that's what she also said. You must be your own biggest cheerleader. Thank you, Elsa.
Thank you so much, Tasha. And truly, I'm so proud of you. We all can see the growth in you, and super, super proud. So, yeah. Okay, so now we're going to Saturday. And, a few of us, okay, some of us dressed up for Friday night. We were so proud to also have Denise on the screen representing the team, qualified global expansion to get to 5, the recognition. And so, so I wanted to start off now with the Saturday training and really giving the newbies a chance. So I'm going to go and ask Renee September. This was her first LDW. Renee, will you please share with us your few pointers? Thanks.
Thank you so much, Elsa. Can everyone hear me clearly?
Yes, all good.
Brilliant. So for me, it was my first event, and I never attended a live Herbalife event. But I must say the level of energy that I experienced in this online event gave me goosebumps. And we were sitting there for hours in our homes, and we weren't with each other. Well, most of us weren't with each other. But the guest speakers who were there and the MCs who were there did not hold back. I am totally fired up. Even the way I did business today was different. The way I planned yesterday for today and for this week is so much different. I don't want to go too much into the content of what I learned. I told Elsa and Denise that I took like 6-7 pages of notes over the 2 days, the Saturday and the Sunday. But just the level of energy and commitment to how hard these leaders work for us, and the time that they took to share their knowledge and experiences so honestly and so authentically was just so amazing for me. So that really inspired me. They were real, these are real people who shared their story, and it can be done. It can be done. So that for me was 100%. Thank you. Also, that's my 5 cents. I don't want to take too much time.
Thank you, Renee. I think, as you say, for somebody that's new and you've never been to a live event, But as we've grown over the last year, I think we are getting better, and I think also having the WhatsApp group helped a little bit. That we were sharing, some of our ideas and some of the excitement. So yeah, that was really great. Thank you so much. Okay, so now we're going to Nicola. Nicola has been only in the business since May, and she's just qualified QP, so she is really a new baby in the business, and this was her first event, and she was able to come and watch it with us on Saturday at Karina's place. So a few of us made a plan to be together and to just have that energy, and it was her and Juvan and his wife, that was Suzanne, that was there with us. And it was really nice because we also could do a taste of the new collagen drink. And so very exciting. Over to you, Nicola.
Hello, Elsa. And can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, hi guys. My name is Nicola Wynn. Yes, so I started with the products in May. It took one taste of a summer berry shake at Elsa's house, and that afternoon I signed up as a member. And then Elsa has a funny way of pushing a person, but in a good way, not an irritating way. And she pushed me to jump from 25% to 35% in one order. And then after that June, I signed 2 downline members who also pushed me to push them. We had this promotion running. If you have 250 volume points, then you get a shaker, which they did in the beginning of the month. And then Elsa said, but listen, they already passed 250. Just push them to do 500 points and also jump to 35. So with her help, they went to 35%. And with Elsa pushing a little bit more, she said, we've got this leadership weekend coming up, so why don't you qualify? And yes, last week, Thursday, I qualified to 42%. And in the beginning, when Elsa sold me the shake, she said, it's not just the shake that I'm selling, it's the customer care, it's the community. And I must say that is the truth, because when I went to Howard and Karina's house on Saturday and met Elsa there and Amarie there as well, it was like a family. Elsa was just throwing protein bars all over the table, and we were having shakes and tea, and she bought a pink drink. We were having collagen, and it was really, really such a nice atmosphere. And then also just asking questions, and while the speakers were talking on the TV and taking all that information, we could relate with some of the things. And 2 things that really stood out for me about the whole weekend was, since I've been selling the products and using them, I've never really tracked my money coming in and my products going out. And that was a big thing for me, because I don't even know how much money I've made and how much of money I've spent on the Herbalife products. So that's really going to help me in the future, as to have a goal and keep track of what's happening in your business. And then I also chatted to Karina and Amarie and Elsa that afternoon. I said I was quite demotivated because there were so many people saying no to me with regards to the products. They didn't even want to come taste something at my house. And that was a little bit of rejection. But then they all said to me, listen, but you've got to go through the no's. And I think Cynthia, she still said at the end of her presentation, she said, you're going to get a lot of no's, but from all those no's, you're just going to fight harder for that one person that says yes to the product. So it was a great training weekend. I learned so much, and hopefully I can use all the tools that everybody used and explained how they got to become diamonds. I can use that in the future. So Elsa, baie dankie.
It's a pleasure. And you know what? How can I say, this is sort of a way of understanding that it's not really pushing somebody, but putting the carrot out and inspiring them to go to the next level. And yeah, I mean, you qualified to QP, but you did the promotion that I told you in a very good way, that you got your 500 people, because that's not everybody that can get that right. So don't give me all the credit. It's a lot of work that you've done, and you've done amazing customer care with your clients, and that's really what it's all about. But I think a lot of people, that say no to us, they don't understand the value that we give behind the shake. They're just looking at the products, but they don't know the heart and the love and the care. And this is the distributor difference that we just saw this weekend again. So thank you, Nicola. Well done for a first time share, and excited about your future also with the business. Okay, so we're going to go to the next person that's going to be sharing now. And Denise is the one that really always loves the doctors and the more technical information behind it. And it was so nice to see our own NAB doctor on Saturday for the first time. So over to you, Denise, to give us some feedback on Dr. Sivu's presentation.
Hi guys, yes, I just love the doctors. I've got a background, I've got a physical education degree, so I had to do physiology at university, so this always triggers me a lot. But you know what, even I learned such a lot from this presentation on Saturday. It was amazing. The first thing that he said that really struck me was everything is about balance. So that was really key to me. I love that. And then he went in to describe these two slides that I tried to take pictures of. You eat the food, and in the food there's amino acids, and that gets absorbed, and then it goes to all the cells in your body. So you actually are what you eat. So that was really what we know, but it also struck me again. But one of the important things that he said is that there's 21 different amino acids. That's what protein consists of. Protein consists of amino acids. So there's 21 amino acids in the proteins. But of the 21, 9 your body doesn't produce. So you need to get that from food that you eat. And we call these the essential amino acids because you have to get them from the diet. And then he highlighted them on the slide. And then also interesting to me, which I did not know, he highlighted the 3 names of the amino acids that the sports nutrition guys call the BCAAs, which is really important for sports nutrition. So that was also interesting to me. But then he said that your body doesn't store protein, so you have to take it in throughout the day. So you can't have little throughout the day and have a big meal at the end of the day and get all your protein. That's not going to work for you. But really important, what he tried to say is that what is the difference between animal protein and plant protein? So animal protein has all the 9 essential amino acids. But did you know that the only plant protein that has the 9 essential amino acids is the soy protein? So if you're a vegan or vegetarian, or your customers are, you need to know that if you take in beans, it's going to be short of some amino acids. You need to put rice with it. Then, because the rice also shorts some amino acids. But if you combine the 2, maybe you can get some of the 9. You won't even get them all. That was also really interesting to me because I did not know that. And then he also said that he was speaking about what's important for the millennials, the young people, is the carbon footprint. And that beef has the worst carbon footprint, but it has all 9 essential amino acids, where soy also has it, but it's got a very low carbon footprint. So our company is really giving us the best of the best. So I thought that was really interesting. Thanks, Elsa.
Thank you so much, Denise. And I think for us always is also the confidence that we get when we get some people with a medical background that's got all that knowledge in the medical field that validates our products. And it just gives us so much more confidence when we go out today and we speak to people about the products, that we just have that, because knowledge is power. And when you have that more knowledge, that some of our customers are clever. They are reading things up. People are knowledgeable nowadays, that you do feel like you have more information. And I thought that was absolutely fabulous. Thank you so much. Great. So the next person that's going to be talking is Sandra Lowe. She is going to help us to give some feedback of Mpho Molopo. He is really also a numbers guy, very inspiring trainer. And over to you, Sandra, to give us a few pointers on Mpho.
Thank you, Elsa. Yes, this guy, you had to listen very, very fast because he was so full of energy that you had to write and listen and take in at high speed. He stated that his very first product result was from the thermo tea. Our brown tea was that fired him up to where he is now. And then the first point he made was, I just don't want to hide the microphone there, that you need to make a decision. But it's easy to say, make a decision. But then he cleared it out. He said that decision must be physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. It's making a decision with all of you if you want to do this business. And then he said, what do you want, especially around the emotions, what do you want to earn? And then the second point he made was get a mentor. Get somebody who can teach you, be teachable, and actually do what they say. And trust your mentor. And then he said his third point was set goals. And what was really amazing to me was he compared goals to a GPS. You must follow if you don't know your way and you have a GPS, you can be sure that you will get where you are. And then he narrowed it down to a couple of points. The first one was program your GPS with how many personal volume points per month you want to do. If it is, say, you set yourself a goal to do 10,000 volume points in a month, you need to break it down to 250 per week. And that's your GPS reading. 2,500, what did I say? 250. Sorry. Okay, 2,500 per week. And then the second setting of the GPS would be how many people do you want to sign up and activate in a week and in a month? How many new supervisors would you like to develop in a month or in a year? He says your goals draw you towards success. And the last setting of the GPS was the vacation points, so that you can track where you are, how much harder you need to work, how many more no's you need to seek to get to your goal. His fourth point was massive action, and I wrote it down in big writing. Use the products to build a business. Guys, this is something else than just having your shake for breakfast. Have your shake for breakfast, but have your shake in order to build a business from it. Massive usage, massive action, massive results. That's what he said. And he was still talking faster. Then he said his fifth point was track your journey per day. Know how far you are from your goal. Am I putting in enough work? What is my plan for success was his sixth point. And he said we need to lead with the products. And while you're doing this, have faith that it is going to work for you. Now, remember when Steve Artman was recognized to the president's team, he said more or less the same thing. He said, you need to see for yourself it's going to work for you, and you must believe it. And then the last, what Black Steel said was, you have to fall in love with the products and use, wear, and talk every single day. Thank you.
Thank you. Well done, Sandra. Yeah, no, this guy really has loads of energy, and I know he's going straight to president's team. It's just a matter of time. So, but he's a very good trainer, so that was very good. Okay, so now we're going to have our Lani's training. She was amazing. I'm going to ask Reyna. She's have a few points sort of over everything, and then we're going to go to Laverne. So Reyna, over to you.
Good evening, all the way from Namibia.
Namibia.
Yes, I'm Reyna Thiel, and yes, my parents are in the business, so I knew about the products for a very long time. But when lockdown came in 2020, I yeah, I couldn't work properly. So I just decided to take the business a bit serious, because we know the products and it works and it's wonderful. So yeah, just to engage in that a bit. And yeah, what an amazing year so far. So luckily for the Zoom calls, I can attend everything. So yeah, I'm very grateful for that. Also in COVID. Yes, I write a few pointers just to reflect on everybody. But the training is, yeah, it's very good. It is inspiring, and it's good to just to reflect a bit to see where you are and what you can, yeah, change or add or do. So that, yeah, that's really wonderful. So at first, I'm very excited about the collagen. So all the orders are in, and we are excited because it's something new, and just to link up with also the beauty industry and also a bit with the fitness. So yes, I'm very excited. I'll let you know if we have it. And then, yeah, I really enjoyed Dr. Avalani's training. She, yeah, was so honest just to admit that the numbers were difficult for her in the beginning, but just to set something up that talks to her and works for her. So that's very good. The connection with the car, the revs and the speed and the oil and the strength. So it's so applicable to our everyday life. When you start your car, then that image comes up. And then, yes, so that tracking, what Blacksteel also mentioned, just to track to see where you are. And then it's so much easier. You have your goal, and then to work daily to that goal. Otherwise, you see, oh, a challenge is starting and I don't have people on it, or you're not on top of it. So it's very, yes, you can track it and you can do it. It's something you can do daily. And then also what stood out for me was with every with every pin change, it requires a new version of you. And that's just the importance of your personal development daily. So something else will be maybe necessary for you to build with your team and to do that. And also what they said, don't be selfish with this amazing opportunity. Share it with people. You don't know, maybe they have enough money, but they're not fulfilled. Or maybe they're just, yeah, looking for something else. So don't be selfish. Sometimes we judge people just by the looks of it. So just share it, and they can do with it. And also what they said, the no is just the next opportunity. And I think what Cynthia also said, work through the no's. So in that process, you are getting better until you get that yes. And then we appreciate it. And it's like a training ground. So don't be discouraged by it, and just try something new or different angle. That's the importance also of the calls, because you pick something up from someone else. And also what Cynthia said, just add value. We talked about it a lot this year, but add value to the people around you, not just presentations or not just products. We all know it and we all have it, and it's wonderful. We are so excited about it, but not because I also don't like it if people just flood me with products and things. There need to be a connection and add value. Just share your story, or seek for that engagement, and really the people, to engage with the people and the product. And also that triangle that Dr. Avalani said, how to build a business. So again, it's your personal production. That's the important part. Show and lead by example, and then the team will follow. Yes, so that's in short from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Reyna. Okay, so over to Laverne.
Hello, thank you so much. I'm Laverne from Cape Town, mom of two, had incredible results, couldn't keep my mouth shut. And then Denise asked me, would I be interested in the business? I was like, what, is there a business? And the rest is history. I've been here for 8 years and I'm having the absolute time of my life. And yes, this event was incredible. So if you did not qualify for the next one, because we can only give you so much. So I'm going to do my absolute best to do this slot, because we can never be as great as the presenters and the people who are really doing it. So Dr. Avalani is Millionaire Team. She's very, very young. She has a full-time medical practice and she does her business part-time from 5 in the afternoon. So that's really really stood out for me. If she can do it, all of us can do it. And we always say that we see Herbalife as our vehicle. So if Herbalife is your vehicle to success, she says that our business does not have a dashboard, but we have to look for it. So if you imagine you are sitting in your favorite car, being a Lamborghini or a Porsche or a Mini Cooper Sport, whatever, the dashboard in front of you has got speed. And with regards to our business, the speed is the growth in your business. How fast are you growing? The revs is your momentum. How much momentum have you got? Feel is a strong why. Do you have a why that can pull you forward each and every single day? Your oil is your flow or your DMO. Do you have one and are you using it? The temperature is your attitude. And as we all know, personal development plays a massive role in that. And then, of course, all vehicles have warning lights. So be sure to watch out for them. And if you see them, to go and dig in and see why the lights are on and so that you can change it. The other thing that she was focusing on is a healthy structure to build royalties. She was saying up until Get Team, but actually really, I think it's with every new level that you want to create, that if you're not Get Team yet, it's up to you to focus on your front line, to first line the world. So if you look at the triangle on the left, if you frontline the world, your triangle is going to be upside down. Whereas if you recruit 2 people, you expect them to go and do all the rest of the work and you're going to ride on their back to get team. It's probably not the right way to do it. So for you to take massive action to get as many clients as you can and to sign up as many members per month, if it's to be, it's up to me or up to you. Let me just see my notes quickly. Yes, get the most customers, recruit the most, invite the most, and engage the most. And then Reyna was also saying she's more of a passionate person. She was saying she's about the care of the customer and the excitement and all of that. And he said to her, but if you want to go to Press Team, you have to understand your numbers. Even if you're not a numbers girl, you need to understand it. So she was teaching us how to pull different reports on Facebook, and this really stood out for me as well. I've added Active World Team in because there's a lot of people on the call that still need to become Active World Team, but it's one thing to stand next to a Mill Team pin or a Get Team pin, but you have no idea what it means to be a Mill Team. So she made such a great analogy. If you need to do 10,000 volume points in a calendar month and your average supervisor does 1,500 volume points, you divide the volume that your soups need to do, or also known as royalties, divide that by your average supervisor's volume points, and that will then give you the number of supervisors that you're going to need in your organization in order to move up to the next pin. So Get Team, I think she was using her own volume points last year sometime as an example. So 20,000 divided by an average of 1,092 means that she needed to get 18 supervisors in her team to reach those levels. And of course, Mill Team, 80,000 divided by 2,077 is 38 supervisors. So that was really cool for me. And then again, 500 PPV focus. We've heard it a lot, but that's the golden nuggets that you want to create. You must do it yourself as soon as possible and then help the rest of your team to do so and make a massive hoo-ha so that whoever doesn't have their 500 PPV has total FOMO and just has to go for it. And that's me. Thank you, Elsa.
Thank you. That was lovely. And you really gave a good rundown of her training. Thank you so much, Laverne. So, okay, let's go to the next one. Tuli Kumalu was sharing with me this morning that she really was inspired by the training of Itumeleng, who is one of the top producers in the country. She's often on the top 10 list, and this girl is working. If you listen to her and watch her goals are every month. So over to you, Tulisile.
Thank you very much, Mami. Say hi, guys. As Mama Elsa has mentioned, My name is Tulsile Kumalo, and yeah, I've been with Herbalife since 2018. I came here trying to lose weight and make a little bit of income, but yeah, guess what? 2021, I'm doing this business full time. So the LDW, yes, I missed you guys in Cape Town. The last one that was physical, it was in Cape Town and I was there. So I missed you so much. So Millicent, can you hear me, guys? Okay, so Millicent Melamu, I follow her on Instagram, guys. This girl, personal production is crazy, and I believe that they should have not chosen a better person just to tell us about personal production. So firstly, she asked this question: how serious do you take yourself each and every day in this business? And that on its own, it became a light bulb, because sometimes we do this business and we like doing it because we have to do it, but you need to take yourself serious in what you are applying to the social media and everything. And then she said personal production to her, it's all about mindset growth, physical growth, emotional growth, and financial growth. And she then went and said, this is how she does her business. Every month she has month-to-month goals, and she has a clear vision for 90 days where she wants to see herself, where she wants to go. And when it comes to building and activating, she clearly says that she goes to social media each and every day so that she can attract people into her life. So you guys, you can go and check her out on Instagram, and then you can see that this girl, she's using every product and she's posting about every product without looking salesy. So so yeah. And then she says now she starts having a conversation. She started talking to them. So what she did, she put in her bio, she put a WhatsApp number so people can actually click on it. And then when they start talking, she has already like made a plan, because she says she talks to a lot of people each and every day because of how she attracts the other people. So she's like, I made a voice clip, sorry about that. I made a voice clip about my story, and I made a voice clip about the business, and I documented everything about my results, about what I do. And then she says she invites, after having that conversation, understanding the goal, then she invites them to a shake party. So she plugs in everyone into their team structure. They have shake parties, they have HOM, same thing as us. So she makes sure that everybody who's talking to her, after understanding them, their goals and everything, she plugs them into the team structure. So the team structures are there to actually help us build our organization. And then she's like, she does not sign them. She doesn't, when she meets a new person and wants to sign up, she actually tells them to sign themselves, because that's how they know how to teach other people to sign themselves. So usually it came back to me, because usually I would ask, send me money, and then I would do that, and then, all the work. And then after the person wants to sign a person, now I have to explain. So she's like, from the day one, she's like, sign yourself so that they can have an idea how to sign another person. And then she's like, she focused on the first line group. That's where she does all the recognition. That's where she does all the incentives and the rewards, her first line. So she's like getting new people, plug them in on the old first line group, and then they get into the team structure. And then one thing she said, you must track all those who crack the zeros. You must go and celebrate them. She celebrates everybody who actually cracks the zero, and then also celebrates 100 ppv. So she celebrates everybody, even the 2.5s. And then this is what she does each and every day. I will testify to each, since I follow her on Instagram. On her story, she tracks her volume points, guys. So it's like when she does her 500 PPV, personal production, her goal is like 2.5 PPV and 10K VPs. So what she does, she tracks herself each and every day. And I guess that's what keeps her inspired to do the business, because she always visualizes her month-to-month goals. So thank you, Mama Elsa.
Thank you, Tuli. That was fabulous. Great energy, girl. Let's do this. Okay, and now we are going to Carly Sardane. Really youngster and great also on social media, and she's going to share some tips of Cynthia on social media. Carly, waar's jy boekie?
Hi everyone.
Okay, boekie, let's go.
So Cynthia definitely stood out the most for me this weekend. She's been my #1 Herbalife role model since I've started. I love her Instagram. She makes me feel guilty when my personal volume isn't up when I see her stories, because she's just such an inspiration for me. So I almost died when she came onto the screen. But anyways, so what stood out the most for me, I'm just gonna say a few pointers because she said a lot, and it really talked to me because I'm not consistent on my social media and I need to upgrade mine. So it really talked to me. So the first one is playing out your strength and like they say, finding your niche, something that you're passionate about, that you can share on social media, and sharing your life with a bit of Herbalife and not just Herbalife with a bit of your life. And for me, the biggest one was being 1 out of a million and not 1 in a million, because she said there's a lot of people that just post the products, and what is going to make you stand out, what is going to make your Instagram or your Facebook stand out from the other Herbalife distributors. And then also posting everything with an intention. A lot of times I just post a 21-day challenge flyer because I need to do it. But if I saw that I also wouldn't react to it. So posting with an intention of creating an emotion or creating interaction with the other person on the other side, seeing your stories. And then the last thing is obviously the most important, and that is about posting consistently, not just posting like me at the beginning of the month and then here at the end of the month. I'm like, oh, I have a page, I need to do something. So really documenting your whole life, posting everything, what you're doing from day to day, and mostly just inspiring people, not just being another person on social media, but being an influencer and inspiring others and showing how these products and how this business is changing your life and what you're currently doing to change your life. So yes, that's all from me.
Thank you so much. And that was great. So I'm going to hand over to Anne-Marie. She's going to share her screen, and also we're going to just retouch a little bit on the collagen, and then she's going to close off with a few pointers that stood out for her. I know she also loved Cynthia's training, but we just want to recap on the collagen drink, not do the whole training, but just refresh your minds a little bit. I'm so excited about this product. So over to you, Coach Amu.
Good evening, everyone. I'll quickly just touch on my story, but I think most of you know it. But always when you do a training, you always start with your story. So I am a retired teacher. Oh, I fired my boss. I'm a mommy of one little beautiful girl, and my husband supports me in this business all the way. He has been since day one, so that's incredible. I have been doing Herbalife or on the products for almost 7 years now, about 6.5. And I've been doing Herbalife full-time for the last three and a bit years, absolutely loving the time freedom and the fact that I can create this an amazing income from home around my little girl, and building this empire which she can own one day. So I'm quickly going to run through our collagen. I hope you guys already ordered yours. And I have been pre-launching this product for quite some time. So to this morning, when that thing launched, I when all my free gifts and my collagen went out to all the customers. I am so impressed with all my profit. I'm on 2.5, almost 2,300 ppv, and I really think that has been the most since ever. So I'm really impressed with the fact that we can use this amazing product, number one, for the results for ourselves and to enhance our customers' experience of the Herbalife product range. So I'm literally just going to touch on these products. So a lot of people, while I was doing the conversations with them about why Herbalife's collagen and not the ones that they're currently using, because a lot of them said Herbalife's one is a little bit more pricey than the one they're having, but a lot of them upgraded their collagen. I just said upgrade your collagen to the best collagen on the market. So why do we need the collagen? For skin elasticity, muscle repair, maintaining your joint health, reducing joint pain, gut health, heart health, reduces cellulite. They have to use it for at least 3 months to reduce the cellulite. Okay, guys, consistently and with a lot of water. Biotin for your nails and hair, zinc and selenium, vitamin A, C, and E. That's in our collagen, not on in normal collagens. Usually, they just have the collagen. We've got the added bonuses, added benefits. Improves your sleep. Let me just move this. Oh, there we go. Healthier nails, teeth, hair. For men and women, I thought collagen was only a woman's drink, but when I saw the results of all the men, I said, oh my word, my husband is so drinking this. It's got added protein for your day. It's an immune booster, gluten-free. This slide, I literally screenshotted and I sent this to the customer. This is on my status. This is when I send my broadcast list out, this slide, because someone sees 3 things and they want it, or they see 2 of these things and they want it, but they're going to have all the added benefits. So what makes Herbalife's collagen different than the other collagens? And this is also a slide I send to them. I don't overspam them. I send them this small little video and then these 2 slides and then the slide with my early bird gift. So here you guys can also see all the added things, and why Herbalife is different is a lot of the other products, like I mentioned, doesn't have the added vitamins, biotin, and immune boosting elements. It's usually just one type of collagen. So Herbalife's collagen is porcine derived collagen, and it contains bioactive collagen peptides called the Verisol P. That is a very, very high quality product that Herbalife use. So a lot of collagens is bovine collagen deriving from cow. And so the porcine collagen coming from pigs is a much easier collagen for our bodies to absorb. So our results are obviously going to be better. Normal collagen isn't as delicious as the Herbalife one. I was so spoiled with Elsa that brought us some samples this morning. I had so many people commenting on my story. I'm so jealous. I want this. Why do you have it? It says, I know people. So thank goodness for that. Other collagens you have to add to something, or you have to add it to your coffee, or add it to your smoothie, or eat something afterwards. And yeah, so this is also a slide I send to people, and you guys can literally just go through here. This has been shared with the whole team, and it's on Elsa's YouTube channel, guys. Go check out Elsa's YouTube channel. All these trainings are there. So I also put the results on my status, because this is literally Herbalife collagen results. There you can see the Herbalife sign, amazing results with cellulite, with wrinkles, with just the skin looking absolutely incredible. There's so many benefits. My sister-in-law bought hers because she really struggles with her gut. She said, Amri, how can I take photos of this? Because I told her take photos. Actually, vriendin, just take photos of everything. So I'm really excited about that. So there's just amazing results. Our collagen is 30 servings. So many people asked me that today. So 30 servings, check the volume points, lekker. For us, that's in the business of the volume. So I think that's why my volume has climbed a bit today. But 30 servings per pack, and we sell it for $8.68. But obviously there you guys can see the difference in pricing. I also checked one of the collagens out today, just the collagen, and it was exactly $501.29. So that is including the shipping. And then this is something that we shared in the groups. Use this early bird special, guys. I'm going to extend mine till month end. Yeah, Elsa, will you say?
This price is if you order 1 unit. When you look at the
Yeah.
price list, it's less. Like
Yeah.
the 50% is 474 if you're ordering a few or adding it to another order. So this is if you only order 1 unit and you're having the full shipping added to the product.
Thank you. Yeah. Always check that what is your 1 unit, especially if you want to give it as a gift or something like that. Then you think you're paying 474 if you're on 50%, and then you come at the end and it's a little bit more. So I'll always check it out till the end with 1 product in, then I know it's including the shipping. So yeah, here's a very nice early bird special. Quite a few of my customers took this one and they added the aloe gel. So they're really happy about their orders. So I'm really excited for them to see the results. And then I want to, after the collagen, guys, please go get yourself some collagen. Now I want to run through the last little bit of what's happening for the month. So the 21-day challenge ended and the new one started. So guys, invite everyone to this call tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. This is where we are going to announce the winners and launch the next 21 days. So the winners will be sharing stories. We'll have testimonials here. So if you've got someone on the fence that doesn't want to do it, a 21-day challenge or anything like that, maybe invite them with and say, listen, come check out the results and see what it's all about. Because we'll just touch on what to expect during the 21-day challenge. Then the extravaganza. So obviously we just had the leadership development weekend. It was incredible. This weekend really, like Elsa said, when you go to an event, you get into this Herbalife positivity bubble. And my husband and I actually had a discussion because he hasn't been to quite a few events the last few months. And I can hear in his speech how he talks about things. And our Herbalife people, we talk differently. And it's like you always have this positive mindset around what's going to happen and there's no problem and we got this and you've got this. You always have that mindset and that sense of belief that you are able to grow and you can do this. And this is just what the leadership development weekend gave to me again this weekend. Our Lani's numbers training was exceptional. I screenshotted so many things because I really need to become a numbers girl. I think the power is in knowing your numbers and tracking your business. Itumi Leng's training, I got my book out today. I'm going to plan my month like she does it, where I daily track my volume and showing how I succeed and which days I complete my volume. Definitely going to do that and start implementing it immediately, because this is usually what happens at an event. You hear all these amazing things, but if you don't take 1 or 2 or 3 things and implement it into your business, that's going to improve your business, then the weekend was just a book of notes. So I literally sat down last night and I took a few things and I said, okay, I'm going to implement this, I'm going to implement this and this. And I definitely think, and Elsa and I, we spoke about it, we are going to do a social media training in the whole team for those wanting to know a little bit more about social media, but literally the basics. I loved Cynthia's training. She was just a confirmation on all the social media trainings I was doing this past 6 months. So I know that I'm on the right track in that regards, but like Carly said, I'm not doing it consistently enough. So I have to make the time to sit and plan my social media like you plan your business, because like she mentioned, social media is a great business tool. If you want to use it, but don't have that as your only source of income or your only source of way of doing your business. So that really, really stood out for me. And then tracking. I think a lot of people spoke about the tracking and tracking your business, knowing exactly your numbers, understanding BizWorks. BizWorks is such a big platform for us to use. So that's also one of the things I really wrote down, and it's on my wall now, on my to-do list, to check my BizWorks every single morning, like Mpo said. But yeah, I'm really excited for the extravaganza. Big thing is what's your number? How many people do you want to have qualified for this event? How many people are you going to have together to watch this event with you? And this must be our next goal and focus. Every single call, every single thing must go around the extravaganza. Because if you get people in an extravaganza and they feel the way we feel, like we feel after a weekend like this, guys, we are going to conquer the world, and we're going to help so many people becoming healthier and happier, and we're going to be positive with all this stuff happening around us. So yeah, I've got a quick video of the special guests that's going to be at the extra. I've quickly check here. Oh, bolie petrolie. Gaan hy speel?
We're super excited to be with you guys at the African Extravaganza in November 19th to the 21st. By the way, this event is going to be open to anybody that does 500 volume points PPV during the qualification period.
So don't miss out. We're going to be there sharing with all of you guys our story, what we've learned throughout these 8 years being part of this amazing company. So qualify, make sure we'll see you there, okay? And take people with you.
Incredible. Okay, so obviously with an extravaganza, there must be a gala dinner. So I need to literally skip my goedjies weer. My ears can't take earrings anymore because I haven't had a gala dinner like for how many years, Elsa? So this, I think, is Elsa's fault. But I'm blaming you. So we are going to have an amazing gala dinner. It's going to be the same qualification that Herbalife usually throws out for attending a gala dinner. So 15,500 volume points in any 3 months from July till October. So make sure you qualify, and like they taught us this weekend, go track this. I once missed a Herbalife legit gala dinner with like 20 points. Guys, it was a tea. I could have ordered a tea. But in any case, I didn't track my volume. So gala dinner, we can't wait. And we're going to get all the people together and be spoiled and just look amazing and put on long earrings and high heels. I don't know if I can still wear high heels, but in any case. So Elsa,
we're going to go all out and dress up and throw our own red carpet if we need to, but we're going out somewhere special. In the waterfront, or we will source something really divine, and we're going to go and do and spoil ourselves. I have almost done the first cut, so who's going to go with me?
Me.
Yeah, and you know what? I listened to Cindy again this weekend. I really went out with my pink drink today, and I just got another order. So I'm just on posting like crazy today. I've got 4 new orders for collagen drinks. So it's so worth it, guys. Just go put yourself out there. And one of my friends that I known her forever, and she's never ordered anything. She ordered a pink drink today. So yeah. Very excited.
We're gonna get them. We'll get them
yeah,
all.
We'll get them. Okay, guys, we've spoken a long time. I hope you enjoyed our feedback call. Thank you for everybody that joined us. It was a fabulous weekend, and let's go do this. Implement this in the first 48 to 72 hours in your business. Otherwise, as Amarie said, it's just going to be notes in a book somewhere. Cheers. Have a great evening. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.